Okay, so in this video we're trying to classify this number. And before we classify it completely, let's just review some of the number groups you should know. So we could start with counting numbers, right? The world of counting numbers are the numbers 1 and 2 and 3 and so forth, right? Whole numbers starting at 1. That's what counting numbers are generally considered to be. If we move outward from there and add one number to that, if we add 0 and 1, 2, 3, and so forth, we get the whole numbers, right? And if we keep going, right, if we want to also introduce negative numbers, then we introduce the integers. And the integers are all the whole numbers and their opposites. So 0, 1, -1, 2, -2, and so forth. And if we keep going from there, right, we haven't included any types of simple fractions or decimals yet. That's where the rational numbers come into play. The rational numbers include all the integers, all the whole numbers, all the counting numbers, and they also include simple fractions. I'll write that, simple fractions. I don't know why I'm writing upside down. Let me just clear this off. Okay. So rational numbers include simple fractions. A simple fraction, which can be thought of as one integer over another, like -1 over 2, right? If you can write your number as a simple fraction, it's rational. And that also includes terminating decimals, since all terminating decimals can be written as simple fractions. So if this actually is an example of a terminating decimal, 0.003, the last digit 3 here, right, it's not an ongoing decimal, it ends at 3 or terminates at 3. So that's a terminating decimal, and thus a rational number. But also repeating decimals, repeating pattern decimals. So, for example, 1/3 can be written as 0.3 repeating. Since that has a repeating pattern, it's rational. So these numbers are all in the world of rational numbers. And then outside of that, we have the irrational numbers, right? In a separate group, we can say. And these are all part of numbers called the real numbers. So here, this number, if you have to classify it, we can say that it's a rational number and a real number. And that's it. All right, thanks.